Oh god, I just called out Johnny. This is, you know, I'm like the really awkward auntie that's like, hey, Johnny is... Oh. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, today I'm going to be talking about sex. So, that's a great intro, isn't it? So you know, this video is going to be kind of centered around women. Straight off the bat, if you're a man, still want to watch the video just to know what the female anatomy is all about, then please go ahead, sit down, grab some popcorn, probably grab a sick bucket if you need it. Sex for most people is quite a sensitive subject, and surprisingly to others it's not. They can just talk about it, talk about when they lost it, talk about when they're having it. Personally, that ain't for me. In this video I won't be telling you how to have sex because I think we're all up to speed on that bit. However, in this video I will be talking about precautions to take before you have sex, how to know if you're ready to have sex, and what happens in your body as a female when you actually have sex. Precautions! We all know about the condom. You can purchase it at any chemist, supermarket, or what was the other one that I found? You can purchase it in like pubs, in like the little machines at the back. The £1 slot machines, don't do that because they're probably not nice to use. Condoms are 98 to 100% effective if put on properly and used properly and kind of like taken off properly as well. There's a whole process to do with that sort of shenanigans. They protect you against absolutely everything, STDs and pregnancy if you don't want that to happen. There are 3 types of pills that I know about. The first 2 are period pills. One stops your period completely, but the other one has breaks. These are very good contraceptives and can be up to 98% effective if taken correctly and at the same time every day, etc, etc. But they don't protect you against STDs, which is why it's always good to combine condoms with pills so nothing happens. I'm currently taking the Readiness pill orally every day at 7 PM. I am quite bad and tardy with it. I highly recommend these pills because the symptoms are very minimal. They're so minor you sometimes don't notice them. You do get quite a few headaches, but that's only in the first few months. After your first break, you're fine. And paracetamol is there and it's your best friend. The morning after pill, or plan B, can reduce the chances of pregnancy by 89%. If you take it within the first 24 hours of having unprotected sex, it can be up to 95% effective. Great. But again, it doesn't protect you against STDs, so always wear a Johnny. Oh god, I just called out Johnny. This is, you know, I'm like the really awkward auntie that's like, hey, Johnny is... Oh god. The implant is 99% effective, and once it's in place you don't have to worry about contraception for 3 years. You can also get a patch that works in a similar way if an implant doesn't seem too flattering to you. Of course, the only way to know if you definitely have an STD is to get tested if you are now sexually active. If you've only had sex once, get tested. If you've had it a million times, definitely get tested. What the fuck are you doing? Ow, my elbow. Don't hurt me, boy. I'm trying to educate people on sex. Peeing for women after sex instead of before just rules out all the bacteria before, because when a woman pees you can't always get all of it out. One of the leading causes of STDs is women peeing before sex instead of afterwards. If you pee afterwards, then it just flushes everything out and you're like a new goddess woman. Don't feel so icky down there. Don't just think you don't have an STD because it doesn't itch or doesn't sting while you pee. Some of the deadliest diseases go without symptoms before it's too late. So please, please, please get tested if you are having sex right now. Not right now, not like while you're watching this video. Please don't Shakattack and chill. That's wrong. Just get your fingers out of pants. Anyway, I'm glad that's over. So taking all this into consideration, when are you actually ready for sex? This is a trick question asked by schools to see if you are actually ready to have sex. If you have to ask yourself this question a million times before getting a straight answer, you aren't ready. You are not ready. If you have to ask yourself this question at all, you're not ready without a shadow of a doubt. Do not let peer pressure get to you. Pinky promise me right now, I will never ever let peer pressure get to me when it comes to sex. It's my decision. If your friends are all sexually active and basically raping everything they can see, don't feel like you have to have sex to fit in, because you don't. If you feel like you have to wait a decade before you want to have sex, you can wait that long because it's you. It's your decision. On that note, don't be an asshole and peer pressure someone into have sex. Everybody says don't peer pressure, don't give in to peer pressure, this, that, about peer pressure, don't do it, but they never say don't peer pressure somebody into doing that. Don't make fun of someone if they haven't lost their virginity yet, or they're worshipping it on a religious level, or they are saving it for someone special, which is fair enough. Sex, again, is a personal preference. Having a lot with one person doesn't make you a whore, and having none doesn't make you a prude. Stop pulling punching me. If you have had sex, that's great, awesome, hope you have a nice time. Don't use that to peer pressure all of your friends to have sex. Use that knowledge and educate people to make better sexual decisions for themselves. If you genuinely don't know that you're ready, and your partner is so like a rabbit just wanting to put his dick in everything that's living, don't give in to them either. You don't need to please anyone but yourself. Be selfless. Take care of yourself above other people. And if someone mistakes that for being selfish, please buy them a new dictionary for their next birthday. If you're not old enough to know the difference between being selfish and being selfless, you probably aren't old enough to be having sex anyways. If you have a stable connection with someone, thought about like options to have when things go downhill, you've like mentally and physically prepared yourself with contraception and ego boosting, you do you. You do the dance with no pants, I'm not gonna judge. So you're ready to have sex. What actually happens to a female when they have sex? There's so many myths. What happens? When you eventually get to the stage that you wanna sausage meets the beehive, a vagina becomes loose. A vagina is a muscle, so therefore it retracts and can go back to its original state. After you have sex, there is a myth that your vagina always just hangs there floppy and loose and forever damaged by a penis. Trust me, if birth doesn't affect your vagina forever, below the age of 30, I don't think a penis will. You could have sex for the next decade and your vagina not be loose at all. Sex is supposed to feel good, it's not supposed to hurt first time, and I don't care how many girls turn around and say, it's good for it to hurt, blah blah blah, your hymen's broken. It's not, okay? If it does hurt though, there are ways of fixing that, and if you are still in the moment and it does hurt, just stop a little bit, do some, you know, foreplay or whatever you want to do, hum boo boo. If it is hurting, then you're probably anxious or nervous or anxious or, you know, worried about something. Just relax or just stop. Same goes for bleeding during sex. That's not supposed to happen either, because the whole myth of the hymen breaking isn't true. There's no hymen to break. It normally breaks before you hit puberty, before you start your period. If you bleed during sex, you're again nervous, anxious or worried about something, and you should probably question whether you should be having sex already. Girls, please don't fake orgasms. This is why I'm making this video, mostly. Because if you fake an orgasm and like, you're like, just seem like you're having a very good time, the guy on the other end is going to think that they're a boss, and they're like, hench as fuck. It leads the guy to think he's so educated in vaginas when he literally knows nothing about them, and he probably will pass down generations to generations of wrong vagina facts about hymens and blood and screaming. It's like, educate them on what feels good, make sure they know a bit about your genitalia as well as their own, and if he doesn't ask you, are you okay? Does it hurt? We can stop. Does this feel good for you? Every 5 seconds, darling, you probably isn't the one. Understanding your body, knowing what your partner likes and dislikes, and having contraception and covering your back makes sex a fucking great experience for both parties. Just have safe sex, please, please. If you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm sorry if this video is a bit all over the place. I tried to give it structure, but it doesn't seem like it really worked. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video. 1, 4, 3, 4. Have safe sex. That kind of scent to the cheese always. I feel like we need to move the bread a little bit. Okay. This is our cheese sandwich. Are we not going to add the rest of the cheese we've ripped out the packet? Just on top. Now we're going to go back to the butter. I would love to taste this sandwich, but I don't think it's very good for my health. Don't spread AIDS, please. We don't want AIDS.